with the educated opinion on topics of all varieties. This your boy Bubba, and you already know what I'm about to say, right? You are listening to Bubba's Banter. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your motherfucking boy. I ain't gotta say no names, right? But I am anyways. It's your boy Bubba, and you are watching Bubba's Banter. I hope you guys are living well, feeling well. I am doing okay. Besides, these allergies are fucking me up. Allergies are fucking me up. You know how when the weather changes, how allergies and sicknesses, for some reason, you just want to come full force. I'm just waiting for the summer cold. My summer cold always happens in June, like somewhere around June. I always get a summer cold, and I hate it the most. And it lasts for like 3 days, and I'm good. But right now, the allergies are really fucking me up. I just put in my nose ring because I haven't worn it in so long, and I was like, I wonder if my nose is still open. So I put it in, and it's still open. I've had my nose pierced for about 4 or 5 years though now. It's just I don't wear the stud as much as I used to because for some reason I'm always losing them, no matter what type of nose ring it is. I hate corkscrews because corkscrews, for some reason, like if they're too long, they'll fuck the inside of my nose. Uh, L shapes come out in my sleep, and then the ones with the bump at the end, for some reason, just don't stay in for too long. This is the one with the bump on the end. But yeah, I love my nose ring. I also got my septum pierced, but I took that out too as well. Piercings don't last that long for me for some reason. Like they just don't last that long. I've had so many different piercings. I've had my septum pierced, my nose pierced, my eyebrow pierced, my lip pierced. You remember back in the day when people used to have a little mole lip piercing because everyone wanted to do it. I had that. I got my nipples, or I have my nipples pierced. Ears pierced. No earrings in, just no stud, just a nose stud today. Um, I know, right? But I don't know why piercings just don't stay in for that long for me. Anyways, I don't want to get off topic because I know what y'all came here for. Today we are talking about Jerrod Carmichael episode 3, y'all. I am so excited to talk about this episode. No, honestly, I'm gonna just I'm gonna be truthful. I wasn't gonna talk about this episode. I was gonna be like, okay, on to episode 4 and do like a review of episode 4 with a little bit of episode 3 because I didn't really like this episode. I thought this episode was really dry. Um, it was really, really dry to me, but also Jerrod really keeps making himself look like an asshole. Jerrod really, like, he don't care at this point. Like, what's up, bro? Because the Jerrod Carmichael show was the shit. But this reality show is some shit, bro. Like, you know how, like, it's like a journal. And you know how sometimes when you have a journal, right? We write in our journal. Some things we need to like keep in our journal and not say out loud. So it's like sometimes you can say stuff out loud, but then there's just some things that you keep inside or keep it in a safe space where there's no one else, around to hear it or see it. And I think that some of the things that Jerrod has shown on this show, he should have just kept in his journal, like personally, because some of the shit that he's doing is just like, what the fuck, like. And I mean, in the same sense, I know that like, it's problematic, and it shows that like even people on his caliber as far as celebrity are just like human beings because yeah, of course I can relate to some of the shit that he did, like, which was foul. I think one of the things that really pissed me off was, you know, at the beginning of this episode, he did a stand up and he talked about his best friend Pooh. Um, so he told the audience that he has a tendency to do what he wants to do. So like if you saw the episode, you see where this motherfucker went and bought a really high caliber, tuxedo, and it wasn't matching with the rest of the group of the guys. Like his friend told him to go do this. He went and got a hot dog. fucked around and missed the ceremony, showed up late in the wrong attire. You know what I'm saying? In the wrong attire. Took photos. Like, I'm sorry. If I was your best friend, I would have beat your ass at my ceremony. I would have beat you to smithereens. I would have beat your ass so good. Like, I'm so happy my best friend would never do that to me. My best friend, I hope my best friend never does that to me because I would be so pissed. Like, the fact that you missed my wedding and you showed up in the wrong attire and you're the best man, like, yeah, I would have whooped on his ass. But I would have whooped his ass. I would have whooped his ass. But anyways, in the stand up, he's just like questioning like his friendship, like he started questioning like, is he a good friend? And so the audience kind of like was like, well, yeah, like no, it does mean he's not a good friend. Anyways, so the rest of the episode we go through is we talk about Jess, his friend, childhood friend Jess, who came down to see him, and I love Jess. Jess is a sweetheart. Like she seems like she's really cool and down to earth, and she just seems like her energy that she exudes through this show is amazing. I think Jess is really, really she's really cool. Like she reminds me of one of my friends that I was super close to in high school, like a female friend. Because I feel like I don't care what nobody say. I feel like every gay man needs to have a female best friend to a degree. We all have them. I have a female best friend, like like that I've had in high school. Like I had several, but I'm just saying I feel like every gay man needs to have a female best friend. It's just what it is. Um, and so she reminds me of this female that I was super, super close to in high school. She wasn't my best friend, but she just reminds me of this girl so much. But I love her and Jerrod's relationship. Like Jerrod protects her. Like I think that's what it is. Like I have a friend, my friend Ashley. Everybody know who I talk about when I say Ashley, so I ain't gotta really give her introduction. But my homegirl Ashley, like you kind of have like that big brother protection over them. Like you look out for them, you're there for them, you talk to them, you provide for them, you love on them so much. And I feel like the relationship that him and Jess have, I somewhat have that love. And well, me and my friend actually don't act like Jerrod and Jess, but the love that he has and the protection that he has over her, I can relate to that because that's how I feel about my friend Ashley. So, um, but anyways, Jess comes and moves in with him for a while because she is on a journey to become an actress. She kind of wanted to stop teaching for a while because she's kind of like over teaching, and so she wants to become an actress. So over a while that she's been living there with Jerrod, could tell it was getting overbearing because I feel like I'm not gonna say this. I may say this. Okay, I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it wrong probably. But I think sometimes when you do have those friendships, I'm not a celebrity, but I feel that sometimes as that friend who has it, sometimes your friend who don't have it just yet kind of want to like use you for you having it. Like you know how she was like, okay, I want to go to blah 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 for my birthday. And he's like, I'm not taking you there for your birthday. I haven't even been there. And she's like, well, shit, you could do two at one time. And I'm like, whoa, like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be like overstepping your boundaries because if you ain't got the money to go there, why you think I'm gonna pay for you to go there? And I ain't never been there. Like, that's fucking crazy. Bitch, be for real. Like, bitch, be for real, okay? Be fucking for real. If anything you gonna do is be fucking for real, okay? Okay, because I'm not gonna play with y'all. I'm not gonna play with y'all. But yeah, I just thought that was doing too much. Okay, you doing too much. You asking for too fucking much now. But then he ended up getting her an apartment there in New York and left her ass with a bunch of boxes of IKEA. A bunch of boxes of IKEA unassembled, just new furniture, And I know it was sweet for him, but Jerrod is so fucked up because I feel like he should just be like, friend, you doing too much. Because before he bought this for her as a birthday present, he was getting a little, frustrated with like having someone in his home, you know, kind of overbearing. Like, yeah, she didn't have the best, cleaning habits like he does, and things of that sort. And I think she was sleeping on the couch. And so, like, I feel like if you live somewhere by yourself for a while and someone moves in and it's a one bedroom, even though it may be a big one bedroom, it's still like, damn, I'm seeing you every single day. You don't have your own space. Like, you don't have your own room. Like, you're going to the space that I'm in every single day when I come out of my room, you know? And I think that's the thing that was kind of bothering him, even like when his boyfriend came in town, him saying him and his boyfriend Mike had secret sex, telling her that. And she's like, yeah, we were being quiet. We were being quiet and we were moaning real low so you couldn't hear. And then she made the comment about, oh, you guys don't have to do all that because something. I'll be the one that'll go up to the door with the glass to the door. And I was like, sis, now you should not say that. You shouldn't have not said that to your friend because now you're making things more complicated and awkward for your friend. Your friend doesn't want you to hear him having sex. Like, sis, come on. So I understood why he did it as a friend, but when he said on the show that he only got the apartment for like paid up for a month, I was like, bro, why you do that to her? Like, your friend is coming into the city to want to be an actress to get her big break, and you do this. And I don't even know if she has a job. I don't even know if she has a job or not. But the fact that you only paid up for a month just says a lot about you as a person, bro. Like, you are shitty. Like, you are shitty. You're a shitty ass friend. Like, this is the shit that I don't understand. Like, people do this often too, though. People do this a lot often in like, you know, uh, why? Why ghost people? I don't understand why you just can't be 100% honest with someone. Like, he said something in the show where he was like, I don't understand why I'm like this. I have these weird relationships with my friends. Like, one moment we're up, and then I have this odd moment, and then I just separate from them. And I'm just like, or I just, I'm not around anymore. Or I just kind of ghost them. I'm just like, why? Why do you ghost your friends? Like, people don't, like, I don't know. Like, that has to be a trauma response because it's like, I'm the friend that shows up. I'm a show up friend. I like to show up. I think, to me, showing up matters so much. Like, people don't understand that showing up is incredibly important. I feel like showing up demonstrates care, support, and love, and who I can rely on. Like, it fosters like this level of trust, and strengthens like your relationships and stuff like that. So I feel like showing up matters. And when you don't show up, especially for important events like your fucking friend's wedding and you're the best man, like, I can't trust you anymore. Why would I want to trust you? Like, I'm sorry, I would have the hardest time being your friend if you, for some reason, thought that you not showing up. First off, let me say this right. First off, me correcting you to get the right tuxedo to blend in with the groomsmen after you done wanted some high caliber tuxedo because you a famous motherfucker, then you miss the ceremony, and then you show up with the tuxedo I told you not to show up in, and took photos, and you think I'm supposed to trust you? Like, No, thank you. Like I would have a hard time being friends with Jerrod Carmichael. Like he just, I don't know, friend. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. Cause there's just no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. When I tell you I would have dog walked your ass up and down the aisle if you would have showed up to my wedding in the wrong tux. Like you missed the ceremony, bro. You missed the ceremony and then showed up in the wrong tux. And you think I'm supposed to be nice to you and be cool with you? Nigga, I'll never. Nigga, I'll never. I'll never. Like, I couldn't do that shit. Like, I feel like that's the most disrespectful shit ever. And yeah. But anyways, another thing too that I want to point out is like just going to these auditions, I feel like that was not good for her. Like, cause I feel like so a lot of you guys kind of know that in high school I did theater 2 years, about 2 or 3 years in high school. And after high school, I kind of like started doing auditions, like going to places doing auditions. And auditioning is like stressful and it's hard and it's nerve wracking. And I personally believe that taking these cameras into, these auditions, like this is not good for you as someone who's auditioning. Like it's just gonna bring more nerves onto you. It's gonna be more nerve wracking. It's gonna be distracting. And because auditioning is already hard as is. And so you have a camera crew. Some of those auditions that she did was public too, like the one she did outside in like the little theater. That was public, like that was something small, but it was like you're outside, you're doing an audition in front of someone you don't know, and then you got a camera, and then you probably have random people walking by, and it's like, wow, like you kind of set yourself up for failure in a way. And I personally believe like Jerrod knows that too, as someone who's executive produced shows before. Like, I mean, and yeah, he did do one thing where he reached out to somebody like, "Hey, I have a friend who's trying to do blah blah blah. Like, please reach out to them. This is that. Like, get them audition, try to get their name out there." And that's what I really did respect that part of it. But Jerrod ain't shit. Like I'm gonna keep going back to Jerrod ain't shit. Like we already episodes, we we down to episode 3. We only 3 episodes in. Let me say it like that. We only 3 episodes in, and you just showing that you ain't shit. First, we went through this whole thing of like, you know, who Jerrod Carmichael is and his love for this person and all this stuff. And then episode 2, where it's like, do gay people need to be in monogamy or monogamous relationships? Is it hard to be in monogamous relationships as a gay man? And now number 3, I'm not a good fucking friend because all I do is care about myself and show that I have horrible, horrible narcissistic behaviors. Cause bro, what the fuck is going on? Like I really didn't like this episode. I didn't. I didn't, friend. I did not like this episode. I just feel like they could have balled this shit up and threw it away. This feel like how like Dragon Ball Z, if anybody watched Dragon Ball Z, how they have like filler episodes where it's like this just nonchalant shit happening that you just don't really give a fuck about. Like that's kind of like what happened here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This episode was low key trash. Like it was just like, what could I talk about in the episode that could just like stand out? And I just feel like nothing really stood out because it was just like just showing fucking people how bad you are as a friend just doesn't make sense to me. And even though he had redeeming moments, it was just like you still are somewhat of a bad person, bro, or a bad friend. Like, and I think he needs to get that narcissism checked because I feel like that's what it is. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. Like sometimes you just don't want to do shit, or you don't want to do what your friends want to do. Like I'm like that sometimes too, where like my friends might want to go to a bar tonight, but I kind of want to go to the arcade, play video games. Um, I've been in those moods before, and knowing that everyone's not going to want to do it. So shit, maybe I'll go a little earlier in the day if time hits it, or shit, I might go out tonight and then Sunday I'll get up in the afternoon and go play video games at the arcade or something, or do something else. Like I mean, and I get it. Like maybe that's probably why I'm in the predicament that I'm in. Like I kind of show up too much for other people and not enough for myself. So probably that's a big issue of mine. But I still believe that showing up for your friends are important, especially when it matters most. When it matters most, when you're supposed to show up, you're supposed to show up. Period. I feel like that's a level of loyalty that I stand on, is showing up for my friends. And I just feel like that's just like what he did with that wedding was fucking foul. I feel like how he kind of treated Jess is kind of fucking foul. Like how people, especially the fact that his boyfriend was trying to tell him like, just ghosting people is not right. And it's just not right. Like you gotta get to a point where you can have tough conversations with people even when you don't want to have them. Like we have to learn that. And I feel like people don't go after just learning how to do that and have those conversations. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of dragging someone along and hurting their feelings, and not on top of hurting their feelings, not just on top of hurting their feelings, you're hurting their self-esteem and their confidence and who they are as a person. Like you're doing some damage control, buddy. You're doing some damage. So like at the end of the day, it's like, why not just be like, you know what, let me face this shit and let's have this conversation about what's going on in my mind, how it's making me feel, and what I need to happen in order for this to be successful. You know, it just don't make sense to me. I never got ghosting. I never got why people ghost to avoid shit, especially when you live in a certain city. Like I don't understand. Like people here that be ghosting, I'd be like, bro, I'm gonna see you in like probably this weekend. You ghosted me, but I'm probably gonna see you this weekend. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But you know what was funny too was when he did. I realized how fucked up he was as a friend when he started calling all those people and like apologizing and shit. And, like he went on this little apology tour, and I was just like, "Girl, sit the fuck down." Like now, why do you want people? Why do you want people? Why do you want to go and apologize now to everybody? Like, what was that going to do for you? Is this something like, are you apologizing because you need to let go of what you did versus like giving them some type of relief, like giving them some type of, um, you know, some type of justice? Like, what was it? Because like you didn't have to call people to apologize, you know. Because I feel like forgiveness is not for anybody but yourself. Like you gotta learn how to forgive yourself. Like we all do fucked up shit, but like I don't get the point of backpedaling into someone's life several months or however long it was, several months later, several years later, and just coming in there and opening up old wounds. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's beyond me. It's so fucking beyond. But at the end of the episode, he did apologize to his friend Pooh. And now I know I just talked shit about him, but that was one of the biggest things that you could do is that, something big like missing your friend's wedding, going to your friend's wedding, or going to he flew to Atlanta to see his friend and gave his friend the speech that he was going to do at the ceremony. And that meant a lot to Pooh. And it was a big thing to Pooh. And it was respectable. But I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I wouldn't be able to fuck with him still. Like, I wouldn't trust this motherfucker that much. Anyways, like I said, I didn't have too much to talk about this episode. I just feel like I don't know why I'm even reviewing this shit. But I mean, I could have came at this review with a different angle as far as asking questions about friendship, but it's too late now. I could have did that, but I just couldn't. Yeah. Anyways, so y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Oh, I got it right on the first time. Make sure y'all subscribe for your boy to my YouTube channel. Please follow me on Instagram, which is Bubba's Banter Podcast. You can follow my personal, which is The Real Doc Dre. You can also follow me on Instagram. Or I just said Instagram. What the fuck? Make sure you subscribe to my um Spotify page. Look at me. You know what? I look tired too. I can see myself right now. I look really, really tired. So I'm gonna wrap this shit up quick. So make sure you follow me again on YouTube or subscribe. Look how I'm fucking it up. Let me redo this. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Also, follow me on Instagram, which is Bubba's Banter Podcast. Follow my personal, which is The Real Doc Dre. Also, subscribe to my audio streaming platforms, which is Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. Just go ahead and do all that. You know what I'm saying? The link will be in the bio for all of that. Still trying to redo my TikTok page. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. The Bubba's Banter TikTok page. I have to fix that soon, very very soon, and very very soon. But yeah, thank you guys for sharing, subscribing, and I'll see y'all when I get ready to do episode 4, which comes out this week on Friday. So, all right, y'all. Peace.